At midnight, 11:59 p.m., he's standing in a penthouse with a black card in his hand and a room full of rich strangers laughing like they've known him forever. A man claps his shoulder.
Legend. Absolute legend.
But in the reflection of the window, he sees a homeless man on the street below, curled on cardboard under a bridge. The same face, the same eyes, different costume. The clock beside him reads 23:59:59, with 1 second left before midnight. A full day is about to end, and he can feel midnight coming like a trapdoor. Because he didn't wish to become a billionaire, he wished to live one day as a billionaire. So what happens when a man who's had nothing suddenly has everything, knowing it all disappears at midnight? What does he learn? What does he lose? And what does he take back to that bridge with him? Because the cruelest part of the wish isn't the ending. It's the countdown you feel the entire time. 24 hours earlier, rain is dripping through cracks in concrete. Cardboard is soaked through. He's shivering so hard his teeth hurt. His stomach has been empty for 3 days, growling loud enough to feel humiliating. The magical ring rolls through the rain under the bridge, taps his shaking hand. He looks up at the city lights like they're laughing at him and whispers, barely breathing,
I wish I could live one day as a billionaire.
The ring glows once and vanishes. The rain stops, not because the weather changed, but because suddenly his fingers sink into silk sheets, warm, clean, and for the first time in years, he isn't cold. For exactly 24 hours, the world will treat him like he matters. Then it will take everything back. He wakes up. He sits up too fast, like he's expecting someone to yell at him. No one yells. No noise. He touches the sheets, soft like a dream that forgot to wake up. He stands barefoot on marble and flinches. Because the floor is warm. Heated floors. And he almost cries. Not because it's beautiful, but because he forgot floors could be warm. The bathroom breaks his brain. A shower looks like a spaceship, with jets from 6 directions. Toiletries he can't pronounce looks expensive. The mirror has lights that makes him look clean. He laughs once, quiet, disbelieving. Then he notices a robe hanging there with a stitched name. Not his name, a billionaire's name. He slips it on anyway, because for the first time in his life, there's no one around to judge him for trying. Then he notices something that stuns him. He's not cold, not hungry. He hears a voice behind him say one word, and it changes everything.
Sir?
Downstairs, a chef smiles. Breakfast arrives. Not a donated sandwich, not stale crackers, not food you eat fast because someone might take it. The chef places a plate in front of him like it's normal. Eggs, fruit, toast, coffee that smells like victory. Another chef says,
Anything else, sir?
Sir, not hey, not move, not silence. Sir, like he belongs in the world. He eats slowly, not even savoring, just remembering what full feels like. Then he opens a closet. Rows of suits, shoes still in boxes, watches lined up like soldiers. He grabs a navy suit at random. It fits perfectly. Of course it does. Everything in this new life fits perfectly. He catches his reflection. Clean, composed. The kind of man who doesn't apologize for taking up space. And for the first time in years, he looks like someone the world would make room for. Then he steps outside and learns the real superpower of being rich. People start saying yes before you even ask. For one day, people listen. A driver appears with keys. A car is waiting. Not just any car, a vehicle that costs more than he'll see in 10 lifetimes. Tinted windows, leather seats. A driver opening doors like it's an honor. They arrive at a skyscraper. Security moves differently when you're the reason they have jobs. He rides an elevator that smells like expensive cologne and success. Inside, assistants swarm, schedules, numbers, decisions. Everything is urgent. Everything is his. Someone nervously asks what he wants to do about a department problem. He doesn't even think. He just says quietly,
Fire.
just to see what happens. They obey immediately, no argument, no hesitation, no, "Are you sure?" And that's when it hits him. The rush, the intoxicating click of power, every word he speaks becomes reality. For the first time in his life, the world moves because he told it to. Then he passes a window. Outside, a man sleeps on a bench. Garbage bag for a pillow. The reflection shows both of them. The billionaire inside, the homeless man outside. Same person, different costume. He turns away fast, because that thought threatens everything. And then he learns something no one warns you about. When you can buy anything, money stops meaning anything. Lunch is at the most exclusive restaurant in the city, the kind with a waiting list that vanishes the moment his name is mentioned. He orders everything, appetizers he can't finish, entrees he barely touches, desserts that arrive like art installations. The bill comes, thousands. He doesn't even look. He slides a black card across like it's nothing. The waiter thanks him for a tip that's more than the waiter's weekly paycheck. And he feels nothing, no thrill. Because the money isn't real to him, it's borrowed, temporary. So he goes bigger, shopping. Suits he'll never wear, watches he can't keep, shoes that cost more than a month of rent. He buys a painting for $500,000 just because the gallery owner looks nervous. But every purchase feels hollow. Like playing pretend. He's a kid in a costume store knowing closing time is coming. Because spending money you didn't earn doesn't feel like winning. It feels like visiting a life that isn't yours. Then the wish delivers its most expensive lesson. That night, he's invited to a charity gala. Tickets are $50,000. Champagne, cameras, designer everything. People swarm him instantly. Not because they like him, because of what he represents. They laugh at jokes he doesn't make, agree with opinions he doesn't have, compliment achievements he didn't accomplish. And slowly, horrifyingly, he realizes he's invisible here too. They see the money, the status, the power. But him, the human underneath the suit, unseen. At least on the streets, the invisibility was honest. Here it's smiling. A beautiful woman approaches, charming, interested. They talk, laugh. For a moment, he thinks maybe this is real. Then she says it casually.
I'm starting a business. I just need a small investment, 2 or 3 million.
Nothing he'd even notice. And there it is, the price tag on connection. Everything in this world costs something, including people. Then he goes home and discovers what real wealth actually is: responsibility. Back at the mansion, he wanders through empty rooms, space he'll never fill. Then he finds the office, the real one. Screens showing stock tickers, emails from companies he supposedly controls, decisions that affect thousands of lives. And the weight crashes down. That department he casually destroyed? Real people, real families. That yes he gave without reading? Real consequences for strangers who will never know his name. He sits down and starts reading. Requests for donations, proposals, people begging for help because they think he can change their lives. And for a few more hours, he actually can. So he starts saying yes. To the children's hospital, to the school about to close, to the community center, to families about to lose their home, to a homeless shelter, which stings with irony. He gives away millions, maybe billions, not to be noble, to leave something behind, because tomorrow it all disappears. And then the final hour arrives, and he has to watch the clock steal everything back. He's back in that massive bed, staring at the ceiling, watching time bleed out. He could sleep, but why waste the last moments of a life he'll never touch again? He thinks about what he learned. Being a billionaire didn't solve his problems. It just gave him expensive distractions from different problems. The hunger was gone, but so was genuine connection. The cold was gone, but so was authenticity. The invisibility was gone, but only because people saw his money, not him. He thinks about everything he bought today: suits that will disappear, watches that will vanish, the car, the mansion, the power, temporary, borrowed, never really his. And the strangest part? He's not sure he wants it to last, because now he knows rich isn't happiness. Rich is isolation with better lighting. The clock hits midnight. Everything goes black. He wakes up on cardboard, rain dripping through concrete cracks, stomach growling. Same bridge, same cold, same world. Except for one thing: him. Because 24 hours as a billionaire taught him what nobody says out loud. Wealth doesn't define worth. Power doesn't create purpose. And money, no matter how much, can't buy the things that actually matter. He learned home isn't the building. Food tastes better when you share it with someone who sees you, not your bank account. He wore $1,000 suits and discovered confidence doesn't come from price tags. It comes from dignity. And dignity is the one thing the wish granted him. That midnight couldn't take back. He looks up at the city lights again. They're still shining, but they don't feel like laughter anymore. They feel like a question. If you could live one day as a billionaire, would you take it? Would it inspire you, or break you the moment you had to return? Would you wish for it? If you want more wishes, funny, terrifying, and everything in between, hit subscribe now. Because next time, we're making the most reckless wish of all. What happens when a man becomes stronger than any human ever, including Hulk? Somewhere else. The ring rolls across a cracked gym floor and taps against a rusted dumbbell. A man stands alone under flickering lights, veins tight, jaw clenched, ego louder than the music. He laughs at a poster on the wall. "Fake," he mutters. He rubs his sore knuckles, staring at his own hands like they're disappointing him. Then he whispers, hungry, reckless.
I wish I was stronger than any human ever.
A beat.
Stronger than Hulk?
The ring glows once. The air gets heavy, like gravity just updated. He grips the dumbbell. The metal groans, then folds like warm clay. He freezes, half thrilled, half terrified. Because the first thing he realizes is simple. If you're stronger than anything, you're also strong enough to break everything. And this time, there might not be a way to hold yourself back.